Bray Speaks Ball back with another video, and I gotta start off by saying this. I apologize for going over a week without dropping a video. What had happened is that I had a problem with my laptop. I had to take it to the Mac store. They charged me an arm and a leg to get it fixed, but I just got it back and I had to grab the mic for this video. The transfer portal is closed, and today I'm going to be talking about two teams because I think there is one team that clearly won the transfer portal, and there is one team that I think clearly lost the transfer portal, and we're going to break it down, and of course we're going to analyze the basketball as well. Sometimes I wish these videos were live so I could ask y'all, do y'all want to start off with who won or who lost? But we just gonna start off with who won the transfer portal. And the team that I think won the transfer portal is the University of Southern California, USC. Now, I already made some videos touching on USC a little bit, touching on a potential transfer move. They got Kiki Iriafen. I'm not going to break her down too much because we already talked about it. But what I will do is let's talk about her stats for a minute. She is a power forward, best power forward in the nation, in my opinion. She went to Stanford. Last season, she averaged 19.4 points, 11 rebounds, 2.3 assists, and she was 54.6% from the field. Now, keep in mind that 19.4 and 11 is very important because who did she play next to down low? Cameron Brink, who was probably the best 5 in the nation, just got drafted to the LA Sparks, so that's very important to keep in mind. As you can see, her specialty is catching the ball in either the high or the low post, turning around, and then hitting that jump shot. That is her bread and butter, and I can only imagine the two-man game that's going to be going on between her and Juju Watkins. I feel like it is going to be special. Now, keep in mind, I was saying USC getting Kiki might lead them to the national championship, but it's even scarier now because they just picked up Talia von Oelhoffen from Oregon State. Now, if you don't know Talia, she is going into her senior year. She is a 5'11 guard. She averaged 10.7 points, 4.1 rebounds, 5 assists, shooting 38.7 from the field. Now, I know some of y'all are thinking, Bray, her stats don't look that good. Why is this so important? And I'm going to break it down to you. First off, she is a leader and she has a high IQ. I was actually watching an interview and she was talking about how she focused on being a leader last season. And that's important because you don't get a lot of players who focus on being a leader. And her being able to step into that role is perfect for USC because their star player, Juju Watkins, is only going into her sophomore year. She's 18 years old still. So they really do need a leader, and I think she could fill that role. So here's a play that I want to break down because I really think it shows her intelligence in important situations. This is when Oregon State was playing Arizona. So there's 19.7 seconds left on the clock, and obviously they need a 3 to take it to overtime. They got an out of bounds play. The ball is advanced. They pass it to Talia. She tries to drive. She doesn't get anywhere. So she reverses it, passes it back out for the 3. They miss it, get the rebound, gets blocked. Then she gets the rebound again, and boom, right here, she makes the extra pass. The ball rewards her, and then she hits that 3, and they go into overtime. Now, that play is so important because there are a lot of players who would have taken that initial 3. As you can see, it's here again, attack, boom, missed the 3. Another shot, misses, rebound. That extra pass right here, that selflessness, and she's rewarded for it with that 3 is so rare, and it shows her maturity and it shows her basketball intelligence. There are not a lot of underclassmen who can make that play. A lot of people would have chunked that first shot up because she wasn't totally smothered, so she probably could have got away with it. But she makes the extra pass, she gets the ball back, and she is rewarded. So if I could compare her game to an NBA counterpart, I would say she's probably going to be like the Draymond Green of the team. When you look at Draymond Green's stats, he doesn't look like a Hall of Famer because he doesn't score too many points, he doesn't get too many rebounds, he doesn't get too many assists typically. But if you watch basketball and you watch that Warrior squad, you know that they don't win a lot of those championships without Draymond because he does the things that don't show up on the stat sheet. And Talia has said multiple times, I do what's not on the stat sheet, but I give my effort every night. That's exactly what USC needs, and I still have them going to the championship. Now let's get to it. I'm sure a lot of y'all have been waiting to fire me up in the comments for this, but I think UConn lost the transfer portal. They ended up picking Caitlin Chin from Princeton. That's who they got. Now, I think Caitlin Chin is a great player, but I don't think that she is needed on this team. So a little bit of background on Caitlin Chin and why she's even transferring. She goes to Princeton, which is an Ivy League school, and she is a senior. But at Ivy League schools, for your 5th year of eligibility, when you would go to graduate school, you're not allowed to play basketball and be in graduate school. You have to focus on academics. And so if you want that 5th year of eligibility, you have to transfer out. And she chose UConn. Here's why this is odd to me. If you're in your last year of eligibility and you still want to play, in my mind, she probably wants to go to the WNBA, so she's trying to raise her draft stock or at least play professional somewhere. Why would you go to a school that is so guard heavy already? So I talked to some UConn fans about this, and they've told me a couple things. Some of them have told me that maybe it's insurance because, yes, there is a lot of guards, but there's also a lot of injuries typically. And so maybe they got Caitlin Chin for insurance. And I understand that. But from Caitlin Chin's perspective, would you want to go somewhere where you're not going to get the most playtime? So let's think about who UConn have at the guard position already. They have KK Arnold. They have Paige Beckers, probably going to be the #1 pick in the 2025 draft. They have Ashlyn Shade. They have Ozzie Fudd. That is a lot of guards. And on top of that, at the end of last year, Gino Auriemma, the coach of UConn, he said that he wants Paige Beckers to be more aggressive, have the ball more, attack the ball more. So I expect her to have the ball a lot more than usual next season, especially because it's not, right after injury. She'll be a little more confident. Why would Caitlin Chin want to go there? Some people were saying, well, last season there were times Paige Beckers was even playing the 3. She can play anything. Yeah, well, #1, basketball is positionless pretty much besides the bigs. Basketball is very positionless, so I understand that. But I don't see Paige playing the 3 much next year because if the 3 is not injured, there's no need for her to play the 3. And then the thing about Caitlin Chin is a 1. She's not playing the 3. She's not playing the 2. She is a 1. I can't see her at any other position. So I just think this isn't the smartest pickup. Stats wise, she averages 15.8 points, 3.5 rebounds, 4.9 assists, 48% from the field, which is very good. But there is another problem with her game, and we're going to talk about that right now. I'd say the biggest hole in her game is her 3-point percentage. Her first year at Princeton, it was 28%. After that, it was 26%. And after that, last year was her best year, 32.8%. These are not great 3-point numbers, especially for a guard. A lot of UConn fans told me, hey, she's a guard. She doesn't have to be great at 3-pointers. And yes, that is true, but you are definitely not as much of a threat if people feel like that they can go under screens on you. And on the scouting report, it says go under the screen on Caitlin Chin. And to me, that doesn't earn you playtime at a guard-heavy school like UConn. Now, personally, I think she should have went to UCLA. I think her and Lauren Betts would have had a great pick and roll game. I think they already had a great season last year, and I think they could have carried on. And I think Caitlin Chin would have got a lot more playtime at UCLA. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a guy with a microphone and a YouTube channel. So here's how I imagine a lot of the play at UConn going next year. So Paige gets the ball, and then she immediately starts taking over the offense. She has the ball, not looking to pass. She attacks, and then she passes it off to Aaliyah for the easy bucket once she sees the defense has sunk in. I imagine that a lot of next season is going to be like this. We didn't get this side of Paige a lot until the end of the season when she got a little bit more comfortable, and I think Gino was in her ear telling her she needs the ball more, even if she does end up passing it. But to me, these are plays that Caitlin Chin isn't making. I think it would have been much smarter for UConn to try to get Reagan Beer so she could have filled out that role that Aaliyah was playing last year since she's gone now. But I just don't really understand this move. But hey, maybe I'll be proven wrong. All in all, I think USC won the transfer portal. I think UConn lost the transfer portal. If you feel like I'm wrong, Let me know in the comments. Who do you think won the transfer portal? Who do you think lost the transfer portal? Do you think I'm totally off? Let me know. Bray Speaks Ball. We out of there.